The Turah, instructions, and feasts are foundational to the identity of Yasharal. Even during captivity, when they were under the rule of foreign nations, Yasharal sought to honor YAHUAH by keeping his commands and appointed times. This demonstrates her commitment to the Bryt covenant and her identity as YAHUAH's chosen people. 1. The Turah as a guiding light in captivity despite being in exile. Yasharal's leaders in Nabim, prophets, reminded the people to keep the Turah. For example, Daniel continued to pray toward Yerushalayim 3 times a day. Daniel 6:10. In line with the Torah's instructions about worship, he also refrained from eating food defiled by Babylonian customs. Daniel 1:8. Reflecting his commitment to YAHUAH's dietary laws. Ezra's restoration of the Turah. After the Babylonian exile, Ezra read the Turah aloud to the people who had returned to Yerushalayim, reminding them of its importance. Nahum Yahu, Nehemiah 8:1-3. This showed that even in exile, the Turah was studied and preserved. 2. Observing the feasts in exile. The feasts of YAHUAH is outlined in Uikra, Leviticus 23, are eternal and were observed even under foreign domination. Pesach, Passover in exile. The exiles who returned under Ezra celebrated Pesach even when they were still rebuilding the temple. Ezra 6:19-22. This act showed their determination to honor YAHUAH's appointed times despite their incomplete restoration. Purim, during Persian captivity. While not one of the original 7 feasts, the Feast of Purim, established during the time of Queen Esther, whose original name was Hadassah, demonstrates how Yasharal used feasts to remember YAHUAH's deliverance even in captivity. Esther 9:20-22. 3. A call to return to the Turah and feasts. Nabim, prophets like Yeshayahu, Isaiah, and Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, called Yasharal to turn back to YAHUAH and his Turah, promising restoration if they obeyed. Yeshayahu's prophecy. Yeshayahu reminded the people of the importance of the Shabbat and the feast. If you do turn back your foot from the Shabbat, from doing your pleasure on my Qadash day, and shall call the Shabbat a delight, the Qadash day of YAHUAH esteemed, and shall esteem it, then you shall delight yourself in YAHUAH, and I shall cause you to ride on the heights of the earth, and feed you with the inheritance of Yaqub, your father, for the mouth of YAHUAH has spoken. Yeshayahu 58:13-14. Yirmiyahu's reminder. Yirmiyahu warned the people to return to the Turah. Stand in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths where the good way is, and walk in it, and you shall find rest for your beings. Yirmiyahu 6:16. 4. Faithfulness and obedience. Despite the hardships of captivity, Yasharal held fast to YAHUAH's commands. They understood that their identity as a nation was tied to their obedience to the Turah and feasts. In our own lives, even when circumstances are difficult, we are called to hold fast to YAHUAH's Turah and remember his appointed times. Observing these commands serves as a sign of our covenant relationship with YAHUAH and our dedication to him. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall be, if you diligently obey the voice of YAHUAH, your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands, which I command you today, that YAHUAH, your Elohim, shall set you high above all nations of the earth. This verse reminds us that obedience to YAHUAH, even in captivity or trials, leads to barakah, blessing, and deliverance. Let us continue to honor his Turah and feasts as a sign of our Amunah, faith, and covenant with him. Shalom.